Okay, good morning. My name is Tina. Welcome to Monday Musings. I am the tarot reader at the Silver Crescent Shop, and I have found that I have a lot of really cool ideas in the car. And I talked to myself, and I've been recording them for a while, and I have been praying and meditating about it, and it's time to start sharing with the universe. So I'm going to throw out what I know to the universe, and I will let the universe do with it what it will. That's all I can say. I'm super excited for this rainy, gray day in the middle of January where it's like 50 degrees in Illinois. Super weird. But I love the possibilities and the expectation of a brand new day. I love that it's a redo. I love that it's a restart. I love that no matter what happened yesterday, today you get to move forward and you can choose differently. So regardless of the challenges or the drama or even the good things, you get to choose what you want for your day. And it's all about mindset. And that is the one thing that I am learning. It is truly all about mindset. It's truly about what is your brain creating and manifesting. Because if you go back to Genesis, right? And how we are created in the image of God, right? I personally believe that means that we are divine creatures. Of course, I've gone into this time and time again. But also, we are incredibly powerful. And God called the world into being, right? Called the world into being physically using words. That is what the scripture states. So, and whether that actually physically happened, who knows? That's not my concern. The point is that thought and actual ideation, actual visualization, actual intent called the world into being. And that's what our words are. Our words are magical and powerful, and I don't think that we give ourselves enough credit. We get stuck in the loop of that self-fulfilling prophecy of failure or frustration, and we don't understand that we are literally creating our own misery, perpetuating our own misery because of our words and our thought process and patterns. So what I love about a brand new day is that you have hours, minutes, moments to choose differently, to train your brain otherwise. And I know a lot of people say, oh, but training your brain, that's hard. Yeah, of course it's hard. Of course it's hard. If it were easy, it would not be a physical experience. And this is the epiphany I have had. Of course physical life is hard. Everybody who has come to the physical has challenges. And I liken it back to my lesson on lions and hunting, or wolves and hunting, or whatever, right? A wolf has to hunt for their food or else they don't eat, right? They're going to go get that gazelle right there. I'm sure I'm mixing my metaphors. Somebody's going to comment on that. But whatever. I'm aiming for that gazelle right there. That's where I'm going, right? And guess what? They don't get the gazelle. Do they just sit down and be like, I'm the world's worst hunter. I'm never going to eat. I can't feed my family. Oh, why is life? No. Why is life so hard? No, there is no wolf that was doing that. You know what the wolf is doing? Like, great, I got to find the chunky one in the back that I can actually get, right? So the wolf is not giving up just because because it's tough to live in the wilderness. That's not the way it works. So why do we give up? So back to what I was saying. We are divine beings having a physical experience, right? And we're like, but it's so hard. Why does life have to be hard? Because if it were easy, it would not be part of the physical. If connecting to the divine were easy and seamless, then there would have been no reason to have this physical experience. Let me see if I can explain that more as I'm parsing it out of my head. To have a 100% divine experience is kind of not the point of coming into the physical world. We've come into the physical world to have a physical experience. We've separated ourselves from the divine by taking on this this physical appearance, right? That doesn't mean that the divine is not still in the cornfields or the mountains or the fish or the oceans or the rivers or the streams or anything like that. God is certainly there, and which means we are certainly there. But it's harder for us to connect to our source from whence we came when we are in this human body. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you have to pay attention. It just means you have to put forth the effort. And I think that that's why most people get frustrated. Life is hard, and connecting and connection is hard. And we all crave it. We all want it, because that's the other thing. Here we are, spiritual beings, right? And we are, we're like, yeah, no, I want to go down. I want to go down. That's an ancient, I can get into that in another day. But I want to have a physical experience. My soul, I'm going to become a soul that has a physical experience, right? And then I think we forget, first of all, we forget the presence of the divine as we come into the physical, because that separation is so intense, right? But then I think, you know, we learn and relearn, and we learn to block out the signs. We learn to ignore the signs, and that just makes life that much lonelier. So why do we do this? Why do we come down? Why do we separate ourselves from God in this way? And I don't mean, because there is no separation from who we are. There is no separation from whose we are. I just want to be clear about this. There is nothing we can do to take the divine out of our existence, or to take our existence out of the divine. I want to be very clear about that. I am concrete about that. I know that within every fiber of my being. However, what we do when I say separating from God is like we forget how to listen, or we forget how to experience that divine creator. So why do we do it? Because we are the universe experiencing itself from this one particular lens, right? And all that to say is that your perspective, your DNA, your genetics has never been before. It will never be again. And we are the exponentially unfolding universe experiencing itself. So why is this so hard? Because when you come into this body, you get trapped by all the trappings of the body. You know, it's easy to be in community, it's easy to be in commune when you are not limited by the physicalness of this space. But, you know, within this, but when your soul takes on physical form and chooses physical form or whatever, then you have the limitations that the physical form presents, right? And that's why spiritual practice is so needed. It's so important. I mean, it fills that hole, because we all feel it, because that's the one thing. Even though we cannot name it, we all feel it. We all know that there's something more. There's that ache inside of us, that hole, that gaping hole of that separation, of our inability to connect immediately with our Creator God. Now, what's really cool is I feel I get to connect with Spirit, with God, whatever, in bajillions of ways every day, honestly. And there are times when I'm in the zone and I am feeling it, and I am happy, and I am content, and I am blissed out, and I just get it, right? I just get it. I'm like, ooh, I just get it. I am so amazingly lucky. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for this incredible experience that I have been given, and I have chosen, and that I am creating. And then Tina the human comes out, and the ego comes out. Ooh, Lord. All right, it's like, what? Frustration and sarcasm and anxiety and feelings of less than, and it's maddening. Like, what are you doing? Why on earth, what on earth are you feeling? You just had divine bliss, right? And now you're all frustrated or angry because somebody said something, or cut you off in traffic, or I don't even know, who knows? Or, I get annoyed at stupid stuff, truly. So I feel you. For all you who are like, this is not easy. this is not even kind of easy. I think that she's like lost her mind and talking out of her hat. I get it, right? I honor that. I validate that. I am with you. However, I am here to say that if I can do it, so can you. And I want to help you get there. So if you are interested in learning and working and connecting to your spiritual self and figuring it out and figuring out this existence and feeling the divinity, the holiness, the peace, I'm here to help you. All right? I love it.